An icon suddenly taken from their midst. Two Champions League giants in vastly different moods, battling not just for victory, but momentum and renewed hope. But first, they must weather the coming storm, harness its power, the lightning strikes and the rolling thunder from the stands. What calm there was before the storm is over. Electric expectation in this season's first mighty clash.
Well, there are 8 matches to enjoy on this opening Champions League night. 2 are already finished. Manchester United suffered late heartbreak in their game against Young Boys, losing 2-1. Sevilla and Salzburg shared the points. Our focus tonight is on Barcelona against Bayern Munich. The other match in that Group E, is Dynamo Kiev against Benfica. And let's not forget the defending champions Chelsea start their Champions League campaign tonight against Zenit. And don't forget, Sky and BT TV customers can download the BT Sport app right now, flick between all of tonight's games and watch all the goals as they go in with our goal alerts. Use our interactive timeline to go back and watch incidents and replays from unseen angles. So before we head over to the new camp, what sort of a game are you expecting, Owen?
Well, last time they played, obviously 8-2, there was no fans in there. So I think the fans supporting Barca is going to be huge for them, but I expect Bayern to control the possession and win the game. Be curious to see what we're going to get from Barca, because with all the changes, they're still trying to find their identity. Yeah, and a change we've got tonight is obviously they've gone with a back 3. Could that impact things? Yeah, well, we're just so used to seeing them play a 4-3-3 for them to play 3 at the back. I mean, it does make sense. I think they've got pace on the wings of Jordi Alba and Sergio Roberto, so it does make sense, but we're just so used to seeing them with a 4-3-3. But I do worry for them tonight, I must admit. Gents, we'll have to wait and see what happens. It's now time to join our commentary team of Chris Sutton and Adam Summerton.
Thank you, Seema. Evening, everyone. So a meeting of 2 clubs who've won this competition 11 times between them. We're in the company of undisputed footballing royalty, but in the case of Barcelona, the crown has slipped. Their infamous 8-2 loss to Bayern in 2020, far from the nadir that many thought it would be. Things got worse, much worse. A lot of reputational repair is still required. Bayern, of course, without the same loss of face. Now a place that's witnessed so many great European moments. Wonderful to see fans back here for a Champions League fixture for the first time in approaching 2 years. A 3-1 win over Dortmund in November 2019, the last time supporters were inside this stadium for a Champions League match. Barca's last game was a 2-1 win over Getafe on the 29th of August. 2 of the starters that day, Griezmann and Emerson, have since left the club, but there's a debut today for recent arrival Luc de Jong. Gerard Piqué makes a return from injury, while Pedri comes back in after a well-earned rest. Also drafted in is Eric Garcia, who left Manchester City this summer. 6 of the 11 started the 8-2 loss against Bayern in August of 2020. Familiar face, the referee tonight, Michael Oliver. Last game was Arsenal's 1-0 win over Norwich on Saturday. He's been a Premier League referee for more than a decade now. This top-flight game in England in 2010. Well, Julian Nagelsmann had said he'd make a last-minute decision on the readiness of Serge Gnabry, who's been suffering with lower back pain, and the German international's been left on the bench. His place taken by 18-year-old Jamal Musiala, who made such a telling contribution from the bench in Saturday's 4-1 win at Leipzig. The only other change to the 11 that began that game is the return of Dayo Upamecano in central defence. Lucas Hernandez makes way for him. Lewandowski leads the line. Despite going off injured an hour into the win at the weekend, he's scored in each of his last 17 games for Bayern. That man's had some strong words to say in the lead-up to today's game, including that, in his opinion, Barcelona has a future because of him. There's a man with his dream job. grew up a Bayern fan and now manages that club. Well, a strange experience to begin a Champions League season where the discussion in Barcelona is not whether Barca can win the competition, but more what would be an acceptable point to bow out. The collective ego has been severely dented. Bayern played their own significant part in that a year or so ago. Barca are a club dealing with financial realities and the loss of their greatest player. But this is still Barcelona, and these are the nights that bring this place to life more than any other. They're often emotional nights, although you know, Chris Sutton, that Bayern are capable of being cold, calm and utterly ruthless.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one tonight. Barcelona, chaotic last season, Messi off, Lionel Messi off, Messi on the pitch and off the pitch. But fans in the stadium tonight, and there will be an expectation, but they've got the work cut out against a Bayern Munich team who always play on the front foot.
Early free kick for Barca. There's the debutant, Luke de Jong, signed on loan from Sevilla. Did have a great understanding with Memphis when they were together at PSV. They combined to score 52 goals in the 2014-15 season when they were together. Alba's ball forwards. Early intent here from Barcelona as Sergi Roberto chases this. Davies was also in the race, and it will be Bayern's ball.
He's so quick, isn't he, Davies? Getting back was second best all the way there until the end there.
They're only allowed 31,000 inside the camp now tonight, Chris, but I have to say, the atmosphere is brilliant.
Yeah, it isn't. Look, I know they aren't the team they once were, but there will be the expectation from the fans inside the stadium to dominate the ball, dominate possession.
Davies, who was outstanding, wasn't he, in the 8-2 win. Schüller.
Interesting the way that Barcelona have set up with the back three, but I think they can be quite flexible with that. Araujo has played at right back before. We can see that wing back Roberto getting up to the ball now.
Sané. Niklas Süle. Sergi Roberto dispossessed by Davies, and then Goretzka couldn't get to it. Not so much talk over that man's future at the moment. Has a contract that expires in the summer of 2022. And there does seem to be a lot of politics going on in the background at Barcelona. I guess some would say, when isn't there politics going on in the background? The eyes of so many across the world fixed on the Camp Nou right now. Another season of the world's greatest club competition. And we have a meeting of two of Europe's biggest names on the opening night. Match day one, I guess not the time to make any firm conclusions, but this should still be fascinating, and both head coaches clearly will want to get off to a good start in this group. Araujo. Back to Ter Stegen. Pedri. He's had a few weeks off after what was an incredible season for him personally, wasn't it? 73 games he played in the previous campaign.
Yeah, incredible stat that. And certainly needed a rest, was outstanding in the European Championships. Bayern Munich in the early stages getting after Barcelona. So Barcelona, their system with the two wing-backs, but Bayern Munich, their full-backs. Davies and Pavard pushing right on.
Davies. Given away. Clear pull back there on Frankie de Jong. And I think we're saying to the referee, Michael Oliver, why didn't you play the advantage? But there's an early yellow card going to be produced here inside 5 minutes.
And you can hear the cheers from the home crowd, but Michael Oliver got that one spot on. Kimmich goes into the book. De Jong, who had a good season last season for Barcelona, hauled back.
And he's the 5th most expensive player in the history of Barcelona Football Club. Frankie de Jong, big favourite of Ronald Koeman's, but it's Memphis Depay who'll whip this in. It's been a fairly bright start this by Barcelona. Up against a Bayern side who won their 9th league title in a row in Germany last season. Well, the crowd wanted that played forward, but it's back here with Sergi Roberto. Busquets. 4 forward in this attack. And Pedri was closest to that. And headed behind by Benjamin Pavard.
Bayern Munich high line there, good ball from Busquets out wide in the early cross. Barcelona, an early opportunity to test Bayern Munich out with a set piece.
There is more verve, more enthusiasm, more bravery than perhaps we expected from Barcelona in the early stages. Certainly doesn't look like there's any inferiority complex anyway. Crossfield pass by Sergi Roberto, and it was pinpoint as well. Pavard with the header. Musiala. It's a fixture that almost always produces fireworks. The last 5 meetings have produced a total of 25 goals. Goretzka looking to thread one through. And it was Lewandowski who was brought down, his first significant involvement, and a free kick in a good position here for the German champions.
It was careless from Memphis Depay. Long ball into him, tried to play one touch, gave it away. Overturned, and Garcia on Lewandowski. This is an opportunity for Bayern Munich within range.
There's a few who fancy this. Leroy Sané, one of them. Just 1 or 2 signs of him coming good of late. Strong performance at the weekend against Leipzig. Scored for Germany as well. And those wins over Iceland and Liechtenstein, but you can recall seeing Kimmich score from this sort of distance too. Sané or Kimmich. Sané, and now it comes to Kimmich. He looked for Niklas Süle.
It certainly wasn't the best free kick from Leroy Sané.
Barcelona so keen to mount a quick attack, maybe too keen. Here's Musiala. What a fine young player he looks like, being so influential off the bench against Leipzig at the weekend. Thomas Müller describes him as a magician after that match. Lothar Matthäus said he's someone you can rely on, and when Lothar Matthäus is saying that of an 18-year-old Chris, you know you've got a player on your hands.
Absolutely, what an impact he made against Leipzig. Scored one, created the goal for Leroy Sané as well, and it's a situation where he's saying to the manager, Julian Nagelsmann, you can't leave me out.
They're back here by Piqué. worked on by Frenkie de Jong. Upamecano to Pavard. Wide is Musiala. Kimmich. Musiala. Movement from Lewandowski, and it was spotted as well. And he's got the right side and just got a nudge. And then strong play from Araujo to hold off Lewandowski, but that movement is something we see so often from the Polish international.
Yeah, I think he's having words with Michael Oliver, the referee, saying, was that the penalty? But not enough in that for me. Such a clever move, but there is a little shove in the back there. Enough for him to go down? I'm not so sure.
One of this record, Chris, of Lewandowski's 17 games in a row he scored for Bayern, 27 goals in those 17 games.
It's absolutely ridiculous, his numbers.
De Jong couldn't get there. And then Busquets beat Lewandowski to it. Good intensity and energy about the game, 10 minutes in.
You can see Memphis Depay just occupying a position off Luke de Jong up top, and the one thing Barcelona won't have with de Jong is great pace. So Bayern Munich can play quite a high line.
Frenkie de Jong, movement here from Memphis Depay. He's got Luke de Jong in support. That's who he looks to thread it through for, and he's in here. Great challenge. Flag did go up.
And there was that lack of pace I was talking about. Memphis Depay can offer him behind at times, but likes to drop deep. Oh, it's a very close one. I think he is just offside, but Pavard got back anyway. You wouldn't say Luke de Jong is your typical Barcelona centre-forward.
Here come Bayern. Muller has Musiala in support. Lewandowski had made his way into the box. Musiala, it's a lovely weaving run, and then he lost it. Maybe just held on to it too long. Header from Sergi Roberto. Left by Goretzka, he now gets on the ball. Seven of the players who started the 8-2 defeat for Barca still at the club. 6 of them start tonight. And those who are in the side will be perhaps determined to prove a point tonight. It really was a humiliation back in August of 2020. Quique Setien paid for it with his job. It wasn't that long after that Ronald Koeman was appointed.
You can't imagine the Barcelona players being delighted the draw was made.
A flick by Lewandowski, and Goretzka with the shot. That was pretty tame in the end.
Yeah, no real conviction there by Goretzka. Didn't shift the ball enough, and Araujo stood his ground.
There have been reports of a new deal in the offing for Goretzka. No official announcement just yet. Current one expires in 2022. Busquets. Pedri. Rarely gives away the ball, Pedri. Wonderful player. De Jong waits in the middle here. It's just behind him, and Sergi Roberto decided to take it first time.
Yeah, well, what Barcelona can do when they get the ball in wide areas is put the ball in, because Luke de Jong can head a ball very, very well. As the ball sits up, it's a difficult one for Roberto. Bounces in front of him. You can see he's trying to get that left hip up nice and high, get over the ball.
Interesting comment from Ronald Koeman about Luke de Jong. He said that he's better in terms of when crosses are coming into the box than Neymar. Quite why he used Neymar as the example, I'm not really sure, but it's high praise, and he certainly is good in the air. Pavard. Threaded up towards Muller, but it was Gerard Piqué who came across. Sané. Kimmich. Chance to cross, but too close to Ter Stegen.
Yeah, you mentioned Gerard Piqué and his importance this evening, marshalling Garcia and Araujo alongside him. His experience going to be crucial.
He's been out of late with a calf strain, Gerard Piqué. His last appearance on the 21st of August. Sula. Upamecano. He's joined Bayern this summer, along with, of course, the coach Nagelsmann and Sabitzer as well. Most recent of the arrivals, Davies. Barca get the free kick.
Davies saying, what do you expect me to do from that range? Keep my arms by my side. I think that's a bit harsh.
Garcia. De Jong. A lovely turn by Pedri. Jordi Alba's getting forward as well. Movement here from Luke de Jong, which was spotted.
No, but that's the beauty of de Jong. Ter Stegen going long. He can hold the ball in extremely well, get his teammates up the pitch. The issue Barcelona will have is if Bayern Munich are playing that high line, they need runners from midfield to get in behind. De Jong just doesn't have that pace.
His first major trophy as a coach, Julian Nagelsmann, in his first game in charge of Bayern. They win over Dortmund in the Super Cup. Suspect it could be the first of many. Memphis Depay dispossessed. Goretzka getting forwards. Sané with the first-time ball that didn't reach Thomas Muller. Leroy Sané. Didn't quite run for Muller. Davies keeps it going. Kimmich. Plenty of white shirts forward here for Bayern. Goretzka. Four in the box here. Came off Araujo, and Sané will hit it! Saved by Ter Stegen. It was a good stop as well, a strong right hand. Davies, good bit of Bayern pressure this. Just keeps coming back at Barca, but now they win it. Urged forward by the crowd. Memphis Depay. Plays it here to Frenkie de Jong. Luke de Jong's unmarked. And Upamecano was there for Bayern.
It was a good spot, wasn't it, from Frenkie de Jong. Good run in behind the Bayern Munich back line. Upamecano, right place, right time. Barcelona breaking out, but terrific save at the other end. Ter Stegen, strong hand.
Just got a bit stretched there, the game. Here's Davies. In the Bundesliga Team of the Year last season, Alphonso Davies, what a player. He already is, still so much potential. That's a fantastic turn. Musiala with the pass, he just overhit it, but intended for Lewandowski, who did well to keep that in. And Goretzka was the player calling for it. Araujo headed clear. Kimmich. That's a good ball. It's comfortable in the end for Ter Stegen.
They've just been a little bit careless, Bayern Munich, in that final third. With the final ball, here's the effort from Sane. Lovely first touch. Ter Stegen does it, hit him in the face in the end. Gets a little bit lucky. Lewandowski off the mark there, trying to cross that ball in on the volley for Thomas Müller.
Sergi Roberto. His last Champions League goal was that famous night here against Paris Saint-Germain. 6-1 win in March of 2017. That matchday 6 loss last season to Juve ended Barca's record 38-match unbeaten home run in the Champions League, a sequence that had started in September of 2013. Of course, they then lost again at home in the round of 16, beaten 4-1 by Paris here. But they say how well Bayern travel outside Munich. They'd won 10 Champions League games in a row before being held at Atleti last season. The only one of their last 13 away European matches that they failed to win. And they have to be among serious contenders to win the competition this season.
Absolutely. Fearless home and away. Only know one way to play.
Pavard a long way forward. Musiala. Müller. And gets the return ball. And Goretzka will now take it on. Thought he might hit that early, but maybe guilty a little bit of overplay there by him.
He didn't want to shoot it. The ball was on his left foot. He couldn't get the ball out onto his favoured right foot. Should have had a pop. Musiala just catches Alba in the face. Here's that effort again. Ter Stegen, right hand. And then the head coming in handy.
Sula. Davies. Upamecano. Pavard. Chance then for Barcelona to get forward as it's switched towards Sergi Roberto. Don't forget, you can see all the goals from all the games tonight, and we'll have all the key talking points as well in UEFA Champions League tonight from 10:30. A look ahead to tomorrow. Big game at Anfield. It's only the third ever meeting between Liverpool and Milan, but the previous two in finals. And also tomorrow at the Etihad, Manchester City against the runners-up in Germany last season, Leipzig. Piqué. Sergi Roberto. Frankie de Jong. By Goretzka.
Handles the ball well, doesn't he, de Jong? And Goretzka slightly aggravated. Don't know why. Maybe he felt Busquets went to ground too easily.
I remember Goretzka saying that during the first lockdown that he spent a lot of time in the gym. You could tell, couldn't you? He came out looking a completely different shape to what his beforehand's been. Said it was partly because he wanted to have a lot more athleticism and drive in the centre of the pitch, and it certainly provided him with that. A really important player these days for the German champions.
Well, with Kimmich and Goretzka, central pairing, there aren't many better than those two across Europe.
Sané, Kimmich, and they move it quickly here by Thomas Muller. Options either side of it, and he picked out Musiala. And that was such an important block, but Musiala keeps it going, and then he went down, and they're struggling to get it clear. The teenager there was causing all sorts of problems at the back for Barca. Kimmich. Well intercepted by the well-placed Sergio Busquets, and off goes Memphis Depay. Barcelona on the counter-attack here with Sergi Roberto, who's been forced back rather. Barcelona get the free kick, but just for a moment there, it looked very promising.
Yeah, it's really good from Muller. What a block that is from Piqué. Wondered whether the ball touched his hand or not. Musiala gathered again. No penalty there. Barcelona a little bit of respite.
The home support so used to seeing their side dominate the ball as they had some way off target in the end. It's a great ball in there. Araujo up from the back.
It's a long way out to score with the header there. 12 yards. Powers. Well, gets enough power on the header, but well over and wide. When the pace is on the ball like that, needs to be more deft with the touch.
Sergi Roberto. Pedri. And plenty of Barca players in and around the box. Busquets. Jordi Alba to Frankie de Jong, and another firm challenge from Goretzka, that one deemed fair. Bayern have been scoring for fun of late, 27 goals over their last 5 matches, averaging a touch under 5 a game under Nagelsmann, although a 12-0 cup win against lower league opposition did admittedly bring up that average. Been kept out so far, though, by Barca with approaching half an hour gone. Pavard. This movement from Muller and Goretzka. Lewandowski had held back a bit there. Pavard. Kimmich. Worked across here to Sané. Plenty behind the ball for Barcelona. Goretzka floats it in towards Musiala.
I'm surprised Bayern Munich aren't using the width more, getting the full-backs on 2v1 situations.
Pamecano's header only finds Sergi Roberto. Busquets. Moved on quickly to Pedri. Jordi Alba on the outside. Movement from Memphis Depay. And Luke de Jong was in there, but Upamecano got it clear. Picked up here by Busquets.
That's twice he's done well. Upamecano taking up good positions.
Sané. Kimmich. Sané. Musiala to his right. Lewandowski further forwards. Thomas Müller is there as well. And Müller might bend one here. The ball in towards Lewandowski and Sané. And the back heel was beautiful. And Kimmich then with the shot. And still it won't run for Bayern in front of goal.
They broke out really well, Bayern Munich. They're trying to walk the ball in. That's the issue. Wasn't the greatest ball from Sané into Müller, but I think it's that touch there off Sané into Lewandowski. Flagged correctly. Offside eventually.
The German newspapers dubbed Barcelona the shrunken giants this morning. I'm sure that went down well. Barcelona.
Yeah, hard to argue with.
Yeah. Pedri. It's a well-timed challenge by Upamecano. Saw one of the Spanish dailies called Sparta to stage an exorcism tonight. That's in light of what happened the last time these two sides met. Will they banish those ghosts? No square, no score just over half an hour in. Davies.
And that's schoolboy from Lewandowski. Didn't expect that from him. Looking all the way across the line.
Kimmich. Goretzka. Sané. Stuck to his task well there, Araujo forcing Sané back. Goretzka to Kimmich.
It's all very, very narrow though. Sané in those 1v1 situations hasn't got the better of Araujo just yet.
Kimmich moving it quickly here. Bayern. Thomas Müller. Oh, and it's in. Thomas Müller with the opener for Nagelsmann's side. And they have the breakthrough at Camp Nou. They have been pushing, they have been probing. And there, finally, is the reward for the German champions.
Well, we've hardly seen him, Thomas Müller. He said it's all very, very narrow as the ball comes out to him, 25 yards out. Wicked deflection. Horrible deflection off Garcia. Ter Stegen was sold, and Bayern Munich, I think they've deserved it on the balance of play, but very fortunate to take the lead. He won't care.
It was his birthday yesterday. The way to celebrate for Thomas Müller, but aided by a wicked deflection. And here they come again, led by Lewandowski, who's found Sané. Müller's in the box again here. Sané going down. The challenge was by Araujo.
Not for me, that. Sané, once again, not getting the better of Araujo. 3-on-3, and you just wonder now, with that Bayern Munich goal, how much damage that will do to Barcelona and the confidence.
Upamecano. Certainly camp now on a Champions League night without Messi is going to take some getting used to. 120 goals he scored for Barca in this competition. Almost 82% of them with that lethal left foot against 53 different goalkeepers. 26 goals against English clubs. But they're going to have to get used to life without him. And they're a goal down here. After that deflection, only Thomas Muller shot. There's that another look, another angle, Chris, of that appeal from Sané.
I think Araujo gets his body in. Well, it's been a good battle, that. Really good battle. Sané, we know what a talent he is. Didn't have his best season last season for Bayern Munich.
After the delay to July's planned boxing showdown, the biggest fight in boxing is back as Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder complete their trilogy in their epic rivalry. The much-anticipated third world title fight will be shown live and exclusive on BT Sport Box Office on Saturday the 9th of October as the Gypsy King looks to underline his status as one of the greatest boxers of all time. Frenkie de Jong, Busquets, Jordi Alba, movement down the line from Memphis. Upamecano has been excellent so far, even when he's been pulled out wide like that.
He has been. Great piece of business for Bayern Munich. Is it 43 million euros release clause?
Such a physical presence, 6'1", weighs 198 pounds, top speed. I read that he clocked was 21.3 miles per hour as well. You wouldn't fancy a race with him, would you?
Wouldn't fancy a race with Luke de Jong.
Araujo. Sergi Roberto, Busquets. Worked this well, passed there by Luke de Jong, who's gone down, the advantage played, it's too high for Frenkie de Jong. But a nice piece of play there, a lovely move from Barcelona.
Yeah, it really was. Patient with the build-up, and then as the ball's popped out wide, the cross wasn't far away from Alba. Frenkie de Jong once again drifting into the box.
Luis clearance.
Just wonder with the Nagelsmann, the selection of Sula at the back, whether he guessed Luke de Jong would start up front, so he can match Luke de Jong physically. And that withdrawn role hasn't been clean enough on the ball so far. It's had a couple of times this half that Bayern Munich happy to squeeze Barcelona because Luke de Jong just doesn't have that blistering pace to trouble Bayern Munich in behind. It's been comfortable for Bayern Munich, albeit they're only one goal up.
Sergi Roberto. Depay. And on he goes. Alphonso Davies did very well indeed there. And there's his pass to Kimmich. Lewandowski. Muller to his right. Musiala's up in support as well. Here he is. Muller. Kimmich. Davies. Sula. Niklas Sula again in his 5th season now with Bayern. Kimmich uses the ball so well. Musiala. Davies. PK with the clearance.
Just can't get up the pitch, Barcelona, at the moment.
Nice side, a goal to the good, but he doesn't look entirely happy, does he, Julian Nagelsmann? That was great play by Davies.
Well, 1v1s against Alphonso Davies. That's not an easy... He's not an easy player to go past, is he?
Frenkie de Jong. Plenty of time and space here for Jordi Alba, and he looked for Frenkie de Jong. Some suggestion of a handball there by one or two of the Barcelona players.
I think one or two of the Barcelona fans, but they're clutching. Chest, not hand.
Thomas Muller's 49th Champions League goal, the difference. Interesting seeing Nagelsmann really praising the intelligence of Thomas Muller. Said he's almost like the extended arm of the coach on the pitch. Seems to be suggesting that Muller could well be a coach of the future.
He always has an opinion, doesn't he, Thomas Muller?
Yeah, and he's not afraid to air them as well. He was saying recently how he's come close twice to leaving Bayern. The first time, he said Manchester United wanted him in 2015. The second time when he was out of the side under Kovac, you'll remember, in 2019. Kimmich. It's Muller who's made the run into the box. It comes across here to Davies. Oh, it's a good ball over, looking for Lewandowski. And it came off Michael Oliver.
It's well read from PK. And Davies fired the ball back across. And here's the goal. Thomas Muller. Pot shot. Ter Stegen looked actually to have the shot well covered. Went down early. Wicked deflection.
I love the description that Muller has for himself in terms of his style of play. He calls himself a space invader. Says he's a mix between a striker and a midfielder and an interpreter of space.
Is that the Raumdeuter?
Yeah.
Muller and Lewandowski, undroppable, aren't they?
Musiala looks to go on the outside this time. Great run by Musiala, who then goes down rather, well, I have to say, on first sight, optimistically looking for a free kick. He was insisting that he was clipped. Interesting to see that again.
Yeah, I thought he was on the way down anyway. You mentioned Musiala. I think eventually he'll be the one who takes over from Thomas Muller. At this moment in time, he's in competition with the likes of Gnabry and Sane and Coman. One of the wide players. What a talent he is, Musiala.
Spent 8 years at Chelsea up until 2019.
I want to change about the world of work.
Let's stop it.
Jamal Musiala has opted to play for Germany at senior international level, despite interest from England's strong interest. I'm sure Gareth Southgate would have loved to have added him to his already bulging collection of young talent. They've worked that nicely. Sergi Roberto. Michael Oliver bringing the first half to a close. So added time. Koeman's side a goal down at the break. Not too much service into Luke de Jong, and Thomas Muller, the day after he turned 32, has given Bayern the lead with the aid of a wicked deflection. We'll get the views of Owen Hargreaves and Peter Crouch with Sima shortly. But at half-time at the Camp Nou, it is Barcelona 0, Bayern 1.
This programme is brought to you by Hotels.com, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
All the fights are trilogies, and boy, are you gonna get a fight.
This is no game.
This is unfinished business.
I'm coming for you, soccer.
My friend, aren't you glad it's raining, sunshining, total eclipsing? That perfect time to hit up Just Eat for a Costa coffee, bread, Starbucks, with your favorite latte, Avo olives and Tom's baguette, caramel macchiato. So order now, like whenever, or right now. Because whatever you want, you crazy cat, Costa, bread, Starbucks, we got it.
Did somebody say just eat?
It's time for our Feel Good Fibre deal. That's super fast fibre at the Feel Good price of $25.99 a month, with a month until the 16th of September. For Feel Good Fibre at a Feel Good price, why choose anyone else? Join BT today.
If only everything lasted as long as a fox's sweet.
Możliwe, że to jest UFO.
Foxes, satisfyingly long-lasting.
Whether it's retirement...
Plans. Including up to 6 months free Apple Music, roaming in 75 countries and 3-year warranty.
Don't let erectile dysfunction make you impotent. Do something about erectile dysfunction. Clinically proven, discreetly delivered. Order today at Newman.com.
Corsidil Complete Protection. If you see traces of blood when you brush, do you choose a toothpaste for healthy gums or strong teeth? You don't have to choose. Complete Protection from Corsidil has 8 specially designed benefits for healthy gums and strong teeth. Take control and help leave bleeding gums behind. And try Complete Protection Daily Mouthwash that targets plaque bacteria that brushing leaves behind. Help maintain healthy gums and strong teeth with Complete Protection from Corsidil.
Hi, I'm me tonight. That is me tomorrow night. Me and my boyfriend decided to get our own place. We didn't think we could afford it yesterday. What if we did our own eyebrows? So I've been chatting to Jen from NatWest to put a plan together.
Hi. It's 1 a.m.
If all goes well, in a few months, we'll be out of here.
Here to video chat 24/7. NatWest, tomorrow begins today.
Offside!
This programme is brought to you by Heineken, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Welcome back. So it's Bayern Munich that lead by 1-0 at half-time. We'll analyse all the action in just a moment. But before that, Premiership Rugby is back on your screens this week, featuring a team making their own return to the top flight in Saracens, who will look to make up for lost time against last season's tabletoppers Bristol. And that's not all. Catch the much-loved Valentino Rossi riding one of his final ever races at his home circuit this Sunday lunchtime. Welcome back. Plenty to analyse after the first half at the Nou Camp. Owen, let's have a look at the opening goal, scored by Thomas Müller. I mean, he's their longest-serving player. He's Mr. Reliable, but this took a bit of a deflection, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, but it's nice play from Bayern Munich. Davies and Kimmich and linking up Sane there. And there's no pressure on Thomas Müller at all. Hits it, and it takes a huge deflection off Eric Garcia. But somebody needs to get to him there. They're quite deep, Barcelona. Nobody gets out to him. And he seems to always score against Barcelona. That's his 7th or his 8th in the last 6 games. But good goal from Bayern.
Saying that, Owen, he scored more goals against Barcelona than any other player in the history of the Champions League. That was his 7th.
Yeah, he's a machine, isn't he? Let's be honest. I mean, he's not far off 50-odd Champions League goals. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Well, what about Musiala? We spoke about him in the build-up to the game. How much has he impressed you, Peter?
He's a joy to watch, honestly. Every time he gets the ball, he's one of those he's the type of player that gets you off your seat. Quick feet, you know, he's fearless. He just wants to get out people. He's direct. But if you see the feet here, just the chop and change of direction is. It's great to watch, and every time he gets the ball, me and Owen are just reveling. I mean, honestly, he's sending experienced players this way and that way, and I thought he could have given it to him earlier here. You know, it's a matter of time. I mean, he's had such an influence on the game. It's staggering, really, to think that he's only 18 with the ability he's got. Classy player.
It's his chop. I mean, he is so good for such a young man. Technically so gifted, but quick. He showed all his talents in that first half.
And that is natural talent, isn't it, Owen?
Yeah, he's elegant. You know, for a young player, normally they're not as comfortable in those little tight spots, but because he's so so good, he gets out of trouble, and the quick feet, he's sharp. I think he's going to create some more trouble in that second half.
Well, Barcelona have had their moments. They've had a couple of opportunities. I mean, one fell early to De Jong, but is it fair to say it was a little bit slow?
Yeah, this one reminds me of me in my prime, actually. Yeah, it's just not what we're used to seeing. You know, Barcelona setting up at set pieces and throwing balls into the box. You know, it's just going to take some getting used to these crosses coming in, because usually you know, a foul happens, you know, put a hand on the ball and play it quickly and off and running. So it's a different type of Barcelona, but they've had their moments. They're still in the game without a doubt, but it's taking some getting used to watch them, the style of play.
What do you think Ronald Koeman's half-time team talk will be like then?
I think they've done all right. You know, they've matched Bayern in terms of possession. I think Memphis looks really good, but Crouch is right. With Luke de Jong, he can't really get away from anyone, so they're going to have to find something. Maybe de Jong can break from midfield or Pedri, but I think Memphis looks quite sharp, so they need to find a way to get them some service into him.
Well, let's see if they do in the second half, coming your way very shortly. So it was this goal that separated the two sides at half-time. Thomas Müller with a decisive goal. What will happen in the second half? We'll find out after the break.
This programme is brought to you by Hotels.com, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Neymar.
That's a Chromebook with built-in virus protection, so you can click with confidence, with no more of this, and a lot more peace of mind. Switch to built-in virus protection. Switch to Chromebook.
So, what shall we watch? Oh, look, how about this? Enjoy endless adventures with 2-for-1 cinema tickets Tuesday or Wednesday from Meerkat Movies.
Vinted helps me give a second life to things that my child doesn't use anymore. Like this backpack she fell out of love with. Just open the app and find a new home for it.
And why overspend on toys and clothes? Buying second-hand means I find quality items at great prices.
Declutter, earn some extra cash, and give a longer life to things that other kids would be happy to have. It's that simple. Just snap, upload, and sell without fees. Earn some extra money and give a second life to what you don't need anymore. Download the Vinted app. If they don't need it, sell it.
Get ready for an all-new, unmissable September lineup, streaming exclusively on Disney+.
In one day, half of our world gone.
These people, they want stuff. Don't be scared. A lot.
Go on a break into a dead guy's apartment? Sounds like an afternoon.
All of this, plus so much more, streaming exclusively this September on Disney+.
A chip too small to bother about? That's what they all thought. Look, this crack started as a chip. Same here. First a chip, now a crack. Happens a lot. We replace thousands of windscreens every day. But repairing is faster, cheaper and greener. Inject resin, cure it, nice polish and your windscreen is strong again. Insured for glass damage, a repair can be as little as a tenner. Or sometimes even free. Save your windscreen at autoglass.co.uk.
Autoglass repair, Autoglass replace.
The EasyJet sale is now on, with 20% off 800,000 seats and up to £200 off package holidays. Book now. Holidays at or protected.
How does HelloFresh make mealtimes easy? Well, a wide range of recipes everyone will enjoy. Delivered to your door at a time that suits you. Everything you need to make home cooking effortless. Whatever your plans, you're covered. Order your box now at hellofresh.co.uk.
Did you know that there are alternatives to pills when it comes to joint and back pain? Voltarol gel targets the source of pain and gets to work directly where it hurts. The powerful anti-inflammatory ingredient is retained in your joint tissue to provide all-day pain relief. Next time pain strikes, why not try Voltarol gel? The joy of movement.
Words. There are 170,000 of them. Countless combinations ready to express exactly how you feel.
No.
But sometimes
No.
you don't need to say much
No. No.
to say it all.
No.
Even not saying much needs 99% UK coverage. 3.
Why do we love football?
Because out there, on that pitch, we're all the same.
This programme is brought to you by Heineken, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Thomas Muller. Oh, and it's in. Thomas Muller with the opener for Nagelsmann's side.
Well, that was a story of the first half. Bayern really in control at the Nou Camp. Well, you can join us tomorrow night as Lionel Messi plays his first match in the Champions League outside of a Barcelona shirt. He'll line up alongside his new PSG teammates as they travel to Belgium to face Club Bruges. Crouch, if we look back at that first half, Barca didn't actually have a shot on target. I mean, looking at the campaign as a whole, what's a realistic target for them, do you think? What's acceptable?
I think they'll get out of the group, but I think there's 5, 6 better teams than Barcelona. So if they get the wrong kind of draw, I see them going out. I don't think they can get much further than out the group stage, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with Crouchy. I mean, they haven't won it in a very long time, and they're not going to win it this year. They know that. Bayern are more the favourites, and to be fair, you look at their bench, they don't have much on the bench. You know, there's only really Coutinho on there, a lot of young players, so if anything, I see Bayern get more goals and not really Barcelona scoring.
What about that man, Thomas Müller? He was impressive, wasn't he? In the first half?
Always impressive. Listen, we know what we're going to get from him. You know, he's a character, he's a top player, and he's, you know, scored a great goal there. But yeah, for Barcelona, I think it's you know, they've got a lot of work to do. I think he obviously can't do it in the transfer market, but I think this year is going to be a transitional period. You feel like Bayern are playing in second gear, really. I think they can go on and score a few more.
Well, let's see how the second half unfolds. Time to rejoin our commentary team, Adam Summerton and Chris Sutton.
Thanks, Seema. Barca haven't lost their opening Champions League game since they were beaten by Newcastle United back in 1997. A 22 matchday one fixture since then have ended in 17 wins and 5 draws, but Thomas Müller's 7th goal in 6 games against Barcelona is the difference at the moment. Kingsley Coman sent to warm up. What do they have to do, Chris Sutton, differently here, Barcelona, as difficult as it will be against Bayern, to try and get back into this?
I mean, it's difficult. I think that that Bayern Munich have more gears. I think that Barcelona are just bang average. You know, they're unfortunate the fact that they don't have, you know, the likes of Aguero, Dembele, Ansu Fati to select and change things up. I mean, Luke de Jong is a big cart horse up top, and he can go direct into him, but he can't run, and that's played into Bayern Munich's hands, really. They're playing nice and high. I'd like to see Memphis Depay play a little bit higher up and try and stretch the Bayern Munich back line. They haven't done that enough.
Frankie de Jong. Barca were by a long way the top scorers in La Liga last season, 85 goals in 38 games, but of course we've seen Griezmann and Messi move on since then. De Jong. Busquets. Eric Garcia with the pass here to Jordi Alba. Too much on it for Pedri. And Upamecano gets the decision.
I think Pedri's saying that was harsh, but Upamecano so far tonight has been absolutely flawless. It's been a stroll for him.
Pavard. Sula. The two sides in this group, Benfica and Dynamo Kiev. Benfica finished 3rd in Portugal last season. Dynamo Kiev, the Ukrainian champions, they finished 11 points above Shakhtar. So whilst you fully expect Bayern to top the group, I would suggest it's by no means a foregone conclusion that Barcelona will come second.
Not on the evidence of what we're seeing this evening. We know how good Bayern Munich are, but this is a very flat performance, isn't it, from Barcelona?
Müller. So his route to goal blocked by Piqué.
They just lack belief.
Goretzka bursting forward as he loves to do, and wasn't quite on the same wavelength for once as Robert Lewandowski. What do you make so far, Chris, of Bayern under Nagelsmann in terms of the changes that have been made? Of course, it was Hansi Flick who had done such good work there previously.
Yeah, you know, a tough act to follow, but it's been pretty seamless. They've had a very strong start to the season. Not too many changes. I mentioned Upamecano coming in. The big deal of the summer, but it's same again from Bayern Munich. They are absolutely relentless. But do you know what, this evening I actually think they've been pretty wasteful in the final third. That final pass hasn't quite been there, and they are still strolling this.
It's crazy to think, really, that by his own admission, Nagelsmann wouldn't be coaching now. If it weren't for Thomas Tuchel, the Chelsea head coach, who was at Augsburg when Nagelsmann was forced to quit through injury, encouraged him to scout opponents instead of just walking away completely. The rest is history, as they say. Busquets, and they find a route back into this Barcelona. Depay. Jordi Alba's a long way forwards. Upamecano with the header clear, but it came out to be struck, and it was by Sergio Busquets, and he really got hold of that.
Yeah, Upamecano, once again, good positioning at the near post. Early cross in, gets the ball clear, Busquets left-footed. I think Neuer would have had that covered.
The outstretched leg of the goal scorer, Thomas Müller.
This is their best chance from set pieces.
Empty in the box there for Jordi Alba to aim at, but the cross not the best. And Bayern get it clear.
I mean, when have we ever said anything like that? You know, Barcelona's best opportunity from a set piece, but they haven't troubled Neuer.
Frenkie de Jong. Oh, and he keeps the ball so well, but not on that occasion. Sané, great burst of pace from him. Alphonso Davies is up there as well, and that's well recovered. And a goal kick's given.
Do you know what? He has been excellent, Araujo, this evening, the young Uruguayan. What a great game. Has to get that challenge right, and he does do.
Did have something of a breakthrough season in the previous campaign. Araujo was a regular for the second team the season before that. Goretzka feels that that was harsh.
That's unlucky from Goretzka, just too strong for Busquets there. Now, the one good thing about Ronald Koeman's reign is he's not frightened to throw young players in and give them the opportunity. Age doesn't matter.
It certainly is true of Ronald Koeman, but one player that it's said the hierarchy at Barcelona want to see more of is Riqui Puig, who Koeman has seemed reluctant to play, but the word from, well, certainly in the Spanish media, is that Joan Laporta, the president, would like to see him turn to Riqui Puig more than he actually has done. Only 14 league appearances last season, and 12 of those were from the bench. That's one of maybe the disagreements going on in the background. It'll be very interesting to see whether Koeman is given a new contract. Here's Pavard. Musiala. Sané. Goes for the return. Got the return. Couldn't quite find the finish. And it got away from Lewandowski.
What a save. What a big save that from Ter Stegen. Brilliant from Sané and Bayern Munich. Beautifully worked. Lewandowski with the return. Little shift there on his favoured left foot. He must have thought the net was going to bulge. Ter Stegen down. Smart save with his right boot. Sané will feel he should have scored.
Musiala. Sané. Davies. Towards Müller, the dummy was brilliant. And Müller gets it back again, and Lewandowski's there as well. They did just enough there, Barcelona. Straight away. Upamecano right on top of Memphis Depay.
Got to say, I thought that was a foul, but Barcelona just can't get up the pitch. They're lucky. This is only 1-0. They really are.
And really, albeit, Chris, taking the standard of opposition into account, this is the least influential I've seen Memphis Depay this season. He's got 7 goals in his last 5 games for club and country, but he's just not, he's been on the edge of things, hasn't he? Sané looking for Müller. Bayern looking in the mood here. Sané. Well won back by Frenkie de Jong.
Yeah, I think you're right about Depay. He has been the bright spark this season, and Barcelona are looking to him to produce a moment of magic, get them up the pitch. You see Busquets claiming for a foul there, but Sane, as soon as he opens his body up, he should really be scoring there. Big save from Ter Stegen. And Barcelona hanging on in there, but gotta be said, you just can't see them scoring. This is a big mistake at the back for Bayern Munich. The 1-0, Adam, they'll still think, you know, we're still in with a chance here.
Davies. Sula. Upamecano. Said that he encouraged Sabitzer to follow in from Leipzig. Upamecano. It's Bayern. So the attack killed off there by Garcia, as then Frenkie de Jong is brought down. Straight away looks to release Memphis Depay, but guess who's there? Again, Upamecano.
Gavi's going to come on. Another one they hope for the future, the 17-year-old midfield player. Played at 17 minutes against Getafe. It's his senior debut just before the international break. Young faces. Big job to do, 3 substitutes being made here. Sergio Busquets, part of Barcelona's history, illustrious history, is going to be replaced by 17-year-old Gavi. Young legs into midfield. The crowd didn't like the decision to take him off. Yusuf Demir comes on for Sergi Roberto. 18 years of age, Austrian international, played recently against Scotland for a quarter of an hour. He's a wide player. We really are looking to the future here, but the immediate future is another half hour to negotiate, and this could get ugly for Barcelona. Sane. That's for Lewandowski. Here's Frenkie de Jong.
Look at the pressing again from Bayern, trying to win the ball back. It's going to be no respite for Barcelona here. Bayern aren't the sort of side that are going to go easy in this last 30 minutes or so.
I remind you, Barcelona have not lost their matchday 1 fixture in the Champions League in the last 22 campaigns. They've only lost it once, ever. Musiala, Müller, looking for Musiala. Some of the quality of Bayern Munich's football has been top-notch.
Well, the trouble is Barcelona are playing with 3 centre-backs, which means they're short in midfield at times, as they're playing up against Lewandowski. The other players are dropping into midfield. They're outnumbering Barcelona. It's too easy for them to pick their passes out, and then they're showing great composure and skill around the box. And again, against Sula or Upamecano can't get hold of the ball.
Look at the space here for Sane, picked out by Pavard. It's possessed by young Gavi. Here's a curious one for you, Stuart. Exactly the same time you were saying that Bayern had done this without Lewandowski, I'm being told the German TV commentator was saying exactly the same thing at exactly the same moment. How bizarre. And then just as you and he were saying it, up he pops.
Well, he's only sitting next to me, so I can translate what he was saying and just copied him.
Now here come Barca. Demir. Not bad for Meccano. Just sometimes when he rushes forward having won a challenge, I think he needs to be mindful. And get caught out by a counter, but is there any threat of a Barcelona counter?
Well, they like the fact that Gavi has come on and he's trying to make a couple of tackles on Sane. That's got the crowd going.
Right. Payes, Gavira. And as Gavi comes from the Seville area. Another in Barcelona. Here's Lewandowski. Müller. Jordi Alba went to ground. Eric Garcia. And they've got 3 kids out there now, Barcelona, and Pedri and Gavi. And in use of Demir. And you'll see more and more of those as the season goes on.
It does look as though Frenkie de Jong has gone as the holding midfield player now, and Pedri and Gavi are going to be either side of him. Demir has gone out to that right-hand side.
Araujo certainly started higher than we saw Sergio Roberto. Needs must, so to get back into this game, they have to take chances. I want that first clean sheet on the Spanish soil against Spanish opposition in 8 years. And gently played back by Goretzka. What have you made of his performance tonight, Stuart? He's pushed, then it's a free kick.
He's been excellent. He's been part of the Bayern midfield and have closed the ball down really well. This time he saw the run of Gavi. He went in behind his centre-halves because they were playing very square. They didn't see the run of Gavi, and he defended it well. It's a great midfield combination, isn't it? Goretzka and Kimmich. Saw Kimmich at right back for so long for Bayern. He's much better when he's playing central midfield, I think.
Here's Sane. World Soccer Magazine described Kimmich as their emotional totem. Bayern Munich, and for Germany too. But all of a sudden, the home crowd is stirring. Warming up Oscar Mingueza, I think. Yeah, he's down there, look, getting ready to come on. There's a bit of confusion here because Kingsley Coman was going to come on for Bayern Munich. They held the number 11 up, but he's not ready. Adjusting his shin pads there. Meanwhile, Barcelona are going to send on Coutinho.
Well, this is always the problem. Both sides want to make substitutions at the same time, and the fourth official can't get enough. Not quite sure which one to put up first.
Well, Lucas Hernandez is going to come on to replace Pavard. Former Atletico Madrid player. Now the Barcelona changes. Eric Garcia to be replaced by Oscar Mingueza.
This match was brought to you by Lay's, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
Mitali Raj, leading run scorer in one-day internationals. Her record is something quite phenomenal.
It's time to celebrate the Super Women in Blue.
Just lost pictures momentarily. Confirm those substitutions, by the way. Coutinho for De Jong and Mingueza for Eric Garcia. So Mingueza is a centre-back. You can see him there with the blue boots. He's just slotted in to the centre-back three. He's a Barcelona boy, comes from the area, 22, been around at the first team level for a couple of years now. This is his 40th game. Müller. Brought down by Araujo. Mingueza wants to come out and join in, look, from centre-back. He was one of the players, the under-21 players, that were called into the senior team in the build-up to the Euros when one of the seniors, there was COVID in the camp, you remember. So they had to pick the under-21s for a game against Lithuania, I think it was. They won 4-0, didn't they? There's a chance for Barcelona fans to see Coutinho again. Been a while. Up against the team he was on loan at, and that's what he can do.
Yeah, chopping it back onto his right foot. Sula can't get a block in. He's trying to bend it into the far corner, just gets underneath it. He's going to play on the left-hand side. Memphis Depay is going to play as the main centre forward now. That's a good move. He's got to try and make runs in behind this back four.
He's had nothing to feed off. He's been quiet, hasn't he, though, Memphis Depay? Almost as if he wasn't sure of the role he was supposed to be playing. Here he is again. It's a strange Barcelona starting lineup. I know some people might think we've been denigrating Luc de Jong. Don't mean to do that, Stuart, because this is a player who scored 201 goals in his club career, proven goal scorer, but at this stage of his career, and he's in his 30s, he just doesn't seem a right fit for Barcelona in the way they've played football over the years.
Well, they've got to play with Luc de Jong as the centre forward. What he is good at doing is winning balls in the air. He's a good box player. Unfortunately, they didn't get enough good crosses into the box for him. There wasn't enough build-up play so he could make his way into the box. He was having to fight against Upamecano.
Serge Gnabry's come on to replace young Musiala. A good start to the season. Gnabry got a couple of goals against Köln. Two-0 to Bayern Munich. Müller in the first half, Lewandowski in the second. Frenkie de Jong. Coutinho. Jordi Alba in the wide position.
Yeah, I think Jordi Alba's telling the bench he wants to come off.
He just swung that ball away. Up to Gavi, and he's done well, the youngster. Offside, though. He has injected a little bit of urgency, a little bit of tenacity.
And a couple of forward runs as well. And the crowd have been slightly inspired by Gavi. A couple of challenges he made. Here's where it's a poor touch from Jordi Alba, stretching to give him play. Coutinho couldn't quite get on the end of it.
And 90 minutes away from a first victory in Spain against Spanish sides in 8 visits. Upamecano. That's a lovely ball played into Goretzka by Gnabry.
Yeah, he thought the goalkeeper was coming out there, so he was just trying to slide it past him. But ter Stegen stayed where he was. So it looked a poor finish in the end. But a good run from Goretzka.
He's gone against Hungary. Got into a good position for Germany, remember, in the summer of the European Championships. It was another tournament, though, that slipped away. The domination of European football at international level has come to an end. Losing World Cup qualifiers, being held in others, goodness me. Never thought you'd see the day. Never thought you'd see the day that Barcelona would be struggling as they are on and off the football field. Gnabry. Is this to allow Jordi Alba to go off?
Yeah, I think so. He signalled to the bench. That last run he made, he didn't want to carry on. Unfortunately, they have still got one substitute left. And here he is.
5 allowed. And Alejandro Balde comes on for Barcelona. Another teenager, another local boy, 18 years of age. Regular B-team player over the last couple of seasons. But he makes his debut for the first team, the left back. And he makes his debut in the Champions League. He used to playing at teams like Olot, which is a tiny town in Catalonia, in the region where there's a lot of extinct volcanoes. Beautiful country. Algeciras playing against Costa Brava the other day. And now he's playing against mighty Bayern Munich.
He's absolutely shattered, isn't he? Jordi Alba.
Look at the eyes, though, Stuart. Look at the eyes. They're like disbelieving.
He had to make a lot of forward runs. He was their probably most threatening player down the left-hand side. Then he had to get back and defend.
Won 15 trophies at Barcelona. Has been here, not in their heyday, but has won this competition. Kimmich, wide to Gnabry. They are so strong in all positions, and that was a strong challenge that towards Memphis Depay, not strong enough.
You know who made that strong challenge again? It was Gavi. He really has put himself about since he's been on. Got a couple of cheers for his early challenges. That's inspired him. Süle is now playing at right back for Bayern. Not sure you're going to see that too often.
Weary trudge about some of these Barcelona players. Pedri there, got a bit of a forlorn character. Now to go. That's a decent ball in. That's a decent ball in it was from the substitute Mingueza, I think. Davis. Good pressure here. And it was Mingueza who led the pressure as well up from centre-back.
It looks like he's playing on the right-hand side of a...
For Araujo to deal with.
He's done okay, hasn't he, the centre-back, Araujo. Started on the right-hand side, he's now in the middle.
Back from a wearying trip to South America for the World Cup qualifiers against Bolivia. They only played 6 minutes of that game. He played against Ecuador again. A 1-0 win. Balde for Barcelona. Coutinho.
Could he have just had a look to his right-hand side? That was a good run from Balde, but it started with a really dynamic run from Frankie de Jong. I think that was always going wide, that shot from Coutinho.
I don't think it's a secret that Barcelona would have taken a bid, had one come in for Philippe Coutinho. Here's Gnabry, just behind Sane, and it's easily tied up by Mingueza. A little bit of a misunderstanding for Bayern Munich. They've got a bit flat here, and if Barcelona, with these kids on now, do get a goal in the next 3 or 4 minutes, it could make things interesting. There's a yellow card for Upamecano, and the referee, Michael Oliver, saying that's the second one. He let him get away with one earlier.
He goes into the back of Memphis Depay. He was trying to go round the side of him. Memphis Depay just stood in his way.
They spent 140 million on him from Liverpool. At that time, they didn't need him, really. It was an extravagance. They had players here who could do that job. Hence the decision to send him out on loan to Bayern. He just come off a brilliant season for Liverpool, you remember, when he went to Barcelona, but it hasn't really happened here for him. It's skill, though. It's skill, though. And there he is. He looks for Balde. Has a look. Gavi again is up in support on the far side. The cross was blocked. This is a much better Barcelona for Ronald Koeman.
Well, the crowd have responded to the young players that are on the pitch now. Balde's shown a great deal of pace, albeit against Süle down his near side. And a look round, he said, I'm not sure I want to be at right back.
Nice little touch by Coutinho. Gavi. Coutinho smothered. Demir with a little bit of pressure as well. Yusuf Demir. And Gavi chases back here with Davis.
In the best out of them at the start of the season. A couple of great displays in Bundesliga, and for much of this game they've been dominant. They've just taken their foot off the pedal a little bit in the last 10-15 minutes.
Here's Sula up from the back now, a little cushion header trying to set up Lewandowski.
I think Goretzka might have brought that down on his chest and taken it himself there.
He's covered some ground, hasn't he, Goretzka? He's back there looking the centre circle now. Here's Frenkie de Jong. Gavi, de Jong. Piqué had to react well there, quickly, and he did so. Valde.
Just listen to the reaction to these young players who are showing a lot of energy here. They're playing without any fear, these players that have come on.
The card there. And he has put himself about. I think that'll be reflected in the papers. Muller's going to depart meanwhile for Bayern Munich. There are national sports newspapers in Spain. There are 2 regional ones in this area, very good, and dedicated virtually to Barcelona. It won't surprise you, and they'll be, I think, cheered by the youngsters' performance, but there will be hefty criticism of the club. Sabitzer comes on for Bayern Munich. There's the strength and depth they have, and Josip Stanisic replaces Sane.
Sula has made way as well.
Kingsley Coman coming on. Had a bit of a fitness problem, Coman. But, well, there you are. That's the sort of quality they can bring on. The referee stopped things here. So foul on Upamecano.
He's got to be very careful, Gavi. Goes to ground. Oh, he's going to be a lucky boy here if he stays on the field. Just got a yellow card.
Stanisic, who's replaced Sula, is a defender. Coman we know about, a forward, and Sabitzer just joined the club from Leipzig. One for Muller is a really good player. Can play anywhere really in a supporting role. You see him down at the bottom of the picture. Marcel Sabitzer. Can play in the wide midfield positions. He can play in the 10. He can play deeper than that as well. He can play as a second forward. Linked with moves to the Premier League this summer. He's had a bit of an adductor strain. This is his second performance for Bayern since joining. He played half an hour against his old club Leipzig at the weekend.
Well, that's one of the surprising statistics. It's been absolutely even in terms of possession, but Bayern has certainly made more of it. 11 shots.
Josip Stanisic, he's a defender, but he's up in support there. Gnabry, whacked into the side, netting by Marcel Sabitzer.
Oh, what a first touch that would have been. It was a good run from him. Gnabry found himself onside and just rolled the ball round the corner. Gets away from Piqué. Actually can't see where the goal is, but he gets it the wrong side of the post. There you can see he was onside. just offside, Sabitzer was. So had that gone in, it would have been disallowed.
Got over 50 goals for Leipzig in his days there. Here's Gnabry. Oh, cushion finish. That would have been a brilliant goal. Lewandowski, so cool. Lewandowski, so punishing, so clinical. Lewandowski again. Barcelona 0, Bayern Munich 3. Bayern Munich looked like a team that could go a long, long way in this competition with Lewandowski already in double figures. Barcelona looked like a team that is crumbling and crumbling fast on and off the field of play. They have major problems. Two giants of European football, Bayern Munich, march on.
Well, they caused their own problems here. Good closing down from Bayern Munich again. They tried to play out from the back. They lost the ball in a really good area. And there's the pass that made it to start with. Gnabry should have scored. Lewandowski, good composure. Piqué went to ground. And it does take a deflection in the end. There's the first chance. Tries to go in at the near post against Ter Stegen. There's the composure from Lewandowski. And it comes off Araujo to go past the goalkeeper again. But although we said it's 50-50 in terms of possession, Bayern Munich have been far, far superior to Barcelona in every department of the game.
10 goals in 6 games this season. Let's go back a little bit. 54 goals in 43 games for club and country. Let's go back even further. 287 goals in 306 games for club and country. You've got 304 goals for Bayern Munich alone. He's staggering. He's a goal machine. Gnabry.
Well, that expression sums it up, doesn't it? Ronald Koeman. Nothing he can do about it now. He knows his team have been totally outplayed. He probably knew that was going to be the case before the game. These supporters haven't always been patient, have they?
No, if they don't like things, you'll see the white handkerchiefs out being waved around in Spanish football. Always a token that their supporters want change. Well, they haven't seen that. They know that Ronald Koeman's on a hiding to nothing at the moment.
Well, he hasn't got the backing of the president. I'm not sure he's got the backing of the crowd. Let's hope he's still got the backing of the players over the next few weeks. He's going to need it.
Davis. Looks for Sabitzer. Lewandowski. Blocked and away by Piqué. And if he can get another, it would be a 27th career hat-trick and a 13th for Bayern. A smile on his face.
Look at those Barcelona players, hands on their knees. They're absolutely shattered. They've been run ragged here.
In August 2020, Bayern Munich hit 8. We said at the start of the commentary it wouldn't be 8. But it's been another handsome victory, and they look to get another. And look at the body language of the Barca players. Slumped shoulders, wearied trudge. And the bars of the Costa Brava, normally so vibrant and so full. And this time of the year normally will be rather quiet tonight. They have been open, despite rumours that, especially in the UK, that bars have closed over there, but it's not been the case. There was a curfew from midnight through to the breakfast time in Catalonia for quite a while. That was lifted 2 or 3 weeks ago. Balde. Memphis Depay. Gnabry wins it back. But it's scooped it away. Here's Piqué. He's got a big job to do now, the senior member of the side. Over coming weeks, he and Busquets.
What they don't want here is too much added on time, do they, Barcelona? How many minutes are we going to get?
Bayern won at the Nou Camp in the first leg of the semi-final of May 2013, 3-0. It was a 7-0 aggregate win. They have become the dominant force between these two clubs over recent years. Balde.
Got to say, he's looked promising, hasn't he, Balde? That's a couple of good runs. A lot of pace down this left-hand side. He's strolled through the game, hasn't he, Kimmich? He's been good defensively. He's won the ball back, but he's just passed it so simply. He's had all the time in the world at times. Here's the goal. Nobody should score. Lewandowski threatens to shoot with his right, puts Piqué on his backside, and then just places it past the goalkeeper.
Davis, powerhouse all night long. Wrong cross in the middle. Lovely moment there as Kimmich came in almost to take the ball off Lewandowski's foot. Do you see Lewandowski, the little look he gave him, and then he ran the ball in? I don't think you'd have ever forgiven Joshua Kimmich had he taken it away from him. Here is Kimmich. He doesn't get many.
Yeah, and that's why he took the ball off of him. Here's Kingsley Coman going into the box. Yeah, just couldn't pick anybody out at the end of it. They've got to recover, and recover fast for their next La Liga game. Barcelona.
Yeah, weekend it's Granada, and if they lose that, then I think it's Cadiz away, and then they have Levante at home before. They've got a game in hand already, but they're 7th in the table. Balde. Coutinho. Memphis Depay trying to find some sort of space up front. That's not a sniff of goal. Mingueza. A night of torment ends for Barcelona, Stuart. Well beaten here by Munich.
Absolutely. Bayern Munich from start to finish were better in every department. It was only a matter of time before they scored that first goal, and after they did that, it was difficult for Barcelona. They couldn't get near Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are a very good side.
They have one here with 2 for Lewandowski. Thomas Müller got the first. Winds of change blowing through Europe, an ill wind for Barcelona, but it's a wind of hope that sends Thomas Müller back to Germany with 3 points in the bag. A very good start to their European campaign, and for the first time Barcelona have been beaten on match day 1 in 23 opening games. They have massive problems, not just to win the group, but also to qualify from the group. They look a side in despair. Bayern have won this comfortably by 3-0.
This match